Hi, welcome to OMAT. I'm so glad you're here. How is your morning going so far? For me, this morning I had it a little bit tough. I woke up, I didn't feel very motivated. I didn't really want to. I didn't want to do my day, I didn't want to start my work, but I knew that I had to. What is there to do when that feeling is genuinely inside of me when I wake up with that? Well, luckily, I have been working on this kind of stuff. All this mindful exercise, all this meditation, all this focus work, all of this has created a toolbox for me. And today I pulled out a tool from my toolbox. Let me tell you a little bit about it. This tool was very, very simple. I borrowed from other people's motivation. I actually watched videos, listened to short lectures, watched people go through something and thrive. Basically, I'm flooding my system with thoughts that are going to be useful and motivating. So that's what consciousness is. That's what intention is. I have the awareness, the choice, and I get to pick the focus. And how do I do that? The tool. I can copy, I can mimic, I can flood my system with the useful information and the direction where I want to go. So let's stay conscious. Let's feed our mind just like we feed our body, we feed our mouths, just like we are paying attention to our health. Let's pay attention to our mind's health, and then we can direct it anywhere we want to go. That is the control that we can have. Let's start. Let's get into the present moment. We have this control. We are time travelers in our mind. So I can go back 10 years. I can make myself upset for a choice that I've done. I can go forward 10 years and already be disappointed with the things that I didn't do. Time travelers right in our mind. So let's get into the present moment. What does that look like for you? Maybe just noticing how important it is to be where we are, meaning our mind is where our body is, our focus is where we want it to be. And then we are conscious of that thought pattern. We are conscious of our thoughts and we get to direct them. With that direction, let's direct them to find some gratitude. Let's practice that control. I would like to find some gratitude right now. Let's take that to practice by looking for anything we can be grateful, noticing it now. Let's wrap the practice for now. Have some water. We're also practicing drinking water. That's a practice too, especially if we're used to other drinks. And anything new is a practice. Anything that we continue daily is a practice. Let's keep going. Let's practice meditating. Practice taking a pause. Practice controlling where our mind goes. As it wanders away, we practice bringing it back to where we want it to be. What would you like to notice for the next minute? Maybe following your breath. Maybe on every exhale, we relax a muscle like the shoulders, the thighs. Let's practice sitting in any comfortable position, eyes opened or closed. Breathe. As we come back, let's have some water. And maybe we found that it's sometimes difficult to hold on to a focus, but as we practice, that muscle of control gets bigger and stronger. Let's keep going. Let's write it down. Let's practice writing. Let's practice writing when we don't feel like it, when we have nothing to say, nothing to write, nothing to express. Let's see what happens when we do it anyway. Let's practice it by writing any word and seeing where it goes right now. Let's wrap the writing for now. Have some water to help transition. Because if you wrote something that you're not quite satisfied with, we're going to practice moving away from it anyway. Let's keep going into our yoga practice. I'm going to walk us through a sun salutation. You do whatever parts of that sun salutation your body tells you to do. Listening to your body is a lot easier when you move slowly. So let's move nice and slow. We have the time. Stand if you can stand, and start by inhaling your arms up, reaching up and looking up, shoulders down even though your arms are up. Deep, deep, deep inhale. And when you can't inhale anymore, hinge at the waist and exhale, folding forward. And now we're hanging over our feet. If you want to stay there for a long inhale and exhale, go ahead. When you're ready, inhale, halfway lift, flat back, look up. Let's get into our high plank. Plant your palms down, step your feet back, and with elbows near, lower your body all the way down. And push against the ground, and your chest comes up, your head comes up. Look up. And let's meet in down dog. Bend at the knees, hips up, right into an upside down V. And in this pose, you can take small little movements. In every pose, small little movements, listening to your body. And then walk forward before you start rolling up back into standing position, meeting your palms above your head, and then exhaling them down to the center of the chest. And as always, we're not in a rush. If the position that you're in right now feels really good, hang out there for a moment, have some water. Notice we're never rushing. We have a minute. We know what a minute is. And our next minute is a plank. So our mind has to be present for this plank. Our mind has to cooperate with our body. So that's the practice right now. We've been practicing sharpening that mind, sharpening our body, getting all the muscles to work out. That's what this is right now. Let's decide to do it. Be willing to do it. Get in that ready position, mind and body working together. We can do it. Let's go. In 3, 2, 1, up in plank for now. This is not forever. So if you're not up in that plank, understand this is what we're doing right now. And we're 10 seconds in. That doesn't mean it's too late to start. Starting now would be fantastic. Continuing to be in that plank, amazing. That's 20 seconds. Let's make sure we're breathing. Let's take maybe another exercise into here. Maybe at 30-second mark that we're in right now, for the next 5 seconds, we find something to be grateful for, even in this plank pose, if you can imagine. Wow, for 20 seconds, if you were able to do that, that's 2 muscle groups working together, our mind and body, generating energy and motivation for 10 more seconds. Experiment with how you do that. Follow your breath maybe. And let's keep going for 3, 2, 1. You're done. Come down off your plank. That's what today's plank looks like. That's what it is. And that's what it was. We're going to stretch our way back. We're done with that exercise. Let's have some water. Let's give ourselves some credit. However you give yourself the credit, give it to yourself, and let's keep moving. We're going to break procrastination because we know at the end of this minute, we're going to get to give ourselves credit again. All we have to do is the simple task of finding a small task and taking action. As simple as that is, sometimes it's challenging. Let's meet that challenge right now. That's what we're going to focus on. Let's go. Let's wrap for now. And whether you were able to think of a task, take action, stop the action right now or not, we understand that that was the procrastination minute. Let's have some water so we can transition and get ourselves into where we need to be, which is looking for some connection. Now, we're looking. If we find it, hooray. If we don't find it, we're still using that muscle to look for it. Maybe we look today for who we would connect with, or what we would say if we can connect. Let's get in that headspace for this minute, starting now. Let's wrap for now. Have some water. Wash it down. That's what it feels like. That's what it looks like today to try to connect. For now, let's keep going. No matter how that went, let's finish off nice and strong. What does that look like when you're aerobicizing? You might start off slow and then pick up the pace. You might start off with a lot of energy and slow down. It does not matter. Let's take the action in 3, 2, 1. Action now. Move your body. Exercise for literally 1 minute. This is absolutely not forever. So let's throw some energy into it. That's 10 seconds. Just like the plank, if you have not started, it is not too late. Start now. How about now? We're 20 seconds in. Is this the amount of energy that you could put into it? If you thought about it, can you add a little bit more? If you can, you can. If you can't, for 30 seconds, focus on continuing to move. Let's see if we can generate the motivation that we need to do this task for the 20 seconds that are left. And we're ending soon, so how do you want to finish this exercise and this morning routine? How would you like the final 10 seconds of this exercise to look like, to feel like? Let's keep going for 3, 2, 1. You're done. That's what these exercises look like for today. Thank you for practicing OMAT.